Warning, this podcast contains profanity, uncomfortable topics, and opinions of two weird gentlemen that are not suitable for children or sensitive listeners. Knock knock. Who's there? Batman. Batman who? Justice!
Welcome to another episode of Can and Cap.
I'm Can.
This is Cap, aka the Captain.
AKA, can you dig it, bitches? Cause that's my name.
Do you know what the cancer's cooking?
Whoa, man. That sounds evil.
It does, I'm sorry.
Maybe we should get me a new name. We're gonna call it Crappy and Capricorn. Or Capricorn because I'm crappy and you're cool, so you're Capricorn.
No, I'm not that cool.
You're a goat and I'm a crab. And I don't even eat crab, to be honest. I love lobster, I love shrimp, but I don't like crab, and especially do not like imitation crab. It's gross. Like,
yeah,
I'll eat crab, like, if it's real, like, fresh off the market, put it in butter.
Oh, shit.
But,
fancy.
but I don't know, I feel like it's cannibalism for me. So I wonder, like, if it's cannibalism if you eat goat meat.
No.
Okay, I just saying, that's how I feel. I mean, I don't know how I not like crab. Maybe in sushi, but...
Oh, well. I love sushi.
That's a whole nother story. But you know what goes well with sushi, though?
What's that?
Beer. Delicious, nutritious, golden elixir of beer. Now,
Wait,
yes.
wait. Did you say elixir? What'd you say?
Elixir.
Okay. Basically a nectar of the gods. Beer.
Yeah.
Love it.
I miss beer. I don't drink anymore. I haven't drank since Christmas time. And it's been...
It's only been 4 months, but okay.
Is it really?
Well, I don't know. I mean, January, February, March, April. Yeah, not even.
Wow, and I kept thinking, like, I'm a badass for, like, holding out this long.
Hey, you know what? That's most some people can do.
I know, but it still kills me. I mean, there was a point where I gave up booze and soda for, like, a good 6 months. Like, I was close. Or 7 months, and then I had to start again. It was beer, though. I broke it because I don't know why I drank beer. Maybe I was trying to get drunk because some fine-ass honey came in and I was like, what's up, baby? And I need some confidence juice, so I just drink some.
Yeah, I mean, I love beer. Like, I love to drink it, but I don't drink it, like, every day. You know what I mean? I'm more of a social drinker, but I'm not even that social.
Well, no, now you don't have to be. I mean, you got an awesome family. I mean, for me, I needed to be social. I went to an event recently, or I should say 2 weeks ago. I want to say what the event was, but I was thinking maybe if I did drink, would I have a little bit more confidence, or is it still whack because everyone at that VIP party kept it to themselves? And I hate the whole idea of VIP because it's like, dude, like, I get when you want special guests to be at a certain event, but it wasn't even that great. And it was at a bowling alley, so it's like, it was pretty lame.
Yeah, it's all about the atmosphere, honestly. Like, I mean, you can't...
Why not have everybody there? Everyone should be having fun.
You can't be, like, let's say, you can't be the only one drunk, you know what I mean? Because then you're going to look like the fool. Like, it's all about the atmosphere, the people around you. That's what makes it fun. If everyone's having a good time, just getting wasted, I mean, that makes it a little bit more fun because you're out there, mingling with these other people. Mingling. Who the fuck says mingling anymore?
I still say mingling.
I haven't heard that word in forever.
Yeah, well, I mean, for me, I can't say mingling. Like, when I meet a chick, I gotta be like, hey, yo, you want to hook up sometime? I mean, I say,
right.
I don't even think anyone says chit-chat no more.
Right, exactly. Like, no one goes to a chick, hey, girl, let's mingle.
Yeah, and then it sucks because, like, I can't be gangsters fuck, so I can't be like, excuse me, miss, would you like to go down to the dance floor so that we can boogie all night long? You just don't do that. I mean, it's like, what's up, girl? You want to, like, chit-chat, go mingle for a bit? I'm single. I'm down. I'm DTF,
single
girl.
And ready to mingle.
I'm down to fingle, dog.
Fingle?
I'm just saying, like, I don't know how to be gangster, and I hate that. Because, like, people look at me and they assume, like, hey, carnal, that's what I speak like. This is my heritage. And then it's like, you hear me like, hi, I play Dungeons and Dragons. It's like, it's just, I don't know. But yeah, man, I miss drinking. And I don't mean that in a, like, I want to drink the pain away. I just miss that confident buzz feeling.
And I think more what it is just like, just hang out with your buddies, just having a good time,
That's
having
true.
a couple of beers.
You don't need booze to hang out with your buddies. I still hang with you guys and drink. I mean, somebody's got to drive you guys, right?
Right. But I mean, for me, I find it fun, get a couple of beers in me, get those creative juices flowing, and it just makes the experience better.
I mean, beer has been proven to make I know there's a show called Beer Saves the World, and I guess it talks about how beer managed to make people. I don't know, like beer or just drink in general makes it a better place.
Makes
to
us
live.
horny.
I mean, for crying out loud, in America, we banned booze, and then we fought so hard to get it back, and ever since then, it's like, yeah, we want, and we like our booze.
Right.
You know, I don't know about. I can say the same about smoking. I mean, obviously, we're trying to make marijuana legal, but that's not my thing.
That's not my thing either.
I mean, I have no problem with marijuana tokers. You know, if you want to smoke it, do it.
To each their own.
Yeah. Same thing with beer. You know, that's something you do on your own as well. I mean, obviously, there's places where you can go drink. Maybe in the future, there's places where you can go smoke, and obviously,
I mean, there's already marijuana dispensaries. I mean, I wouldn't. It's not a far-fetched idea that there would be like, shops or places where you can hang out and just smoke with your buddies.
And it's heavily, regulated. That's the whole thing.
Right.
It's like,
there's cigar lounges. What's the difference?
I mean, it just sucks that beer is statistically the worst when it comes to like drunk driving. There's not that much marijuana driving apparently, or at least causing a lot of deaths. Drunk driving, unfortunately. But that's the thing. Is like, dude, we got taxis. You got these bars who are always strict about your, cutting you off. And, it's just like there's no
so many
excuse.
things.
We even had, I believe there's some bars out here in the Coachella Valley that actually provide a ride for you, too, as well. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and there's this thing, and I actually went to visit a buddy, and I don't remember the name. I wish I did. It's basically like a taxi. You put it on, you call them up, they send the nearest person to you, and it's way
Is
cheaper.
it Uber?
There it is. Thank you.
Thank you. The most popular taxi.
My bad. I'm sorry. I don't use this shit.
Hello, you're talking to Hollywood over here.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even use Uber.
Oh,
That's
my bad. My bad. Hollywood. I'm sorry.
Yeah. There's also Lyft, too. I don't know how that works, but yeah, you use your phone. It's like, no, there's no excuse to not get a ride.
Right, exactly.
And it is affordable.
Regardless, my point, super cheap. We went from one place to another. It was less than $5.
Wait, did you do this in Texas?
No, I did this in recently, actually.
Really? Here in the Valley?
No, not in the Valley. It was in Anaheim.
Oh, shit. Well, yeah, it's a big area.
Yeah.
Of course you're going to be. The only problem about that is, because, being the cheapest that I am, because I'm going to, cheap budget because of my not so expensive life, or not so wealthy life, I should say, is you have to pay $1 a month, I guess, for subscription, and it's like, dude, I just want to use it one time. What the fuck?
Well, for this thing, we went from Anaheim to Fullerton, and it was only $5.
Bullshit, really?
Yeah,
that's
all we
amazing.
spent. Yeah.
Did you guys get a nice driver?
Yeah, nice driver. I mean, both drivers when we went and came back, really friendly, really down to earth, and just super chill.
Was he pretty?
The first one was a woman.
Oh, was she pretty?
No. Second one was a dude. He was kind of cool, and yeah, that was pretty much it.
Oh, but were they nice?
They were
people,
nice. It was like I said, it was just chill.
That's cool. That makes them pretty.
Anyways, today's episode, as you can see, we're talking about beers. We're going to talk a little bit about our experiences with I was going to say capitalism for a second, but alcoholism.
Wow, I know. So for those of you who have someone that's sensitive to stories about alcohol or any jokes about alcohol, we highly suggest, just go do something else, watch something else, go listen to something else, because there will be some heavy related alcohol topics and, of course, some alcohol related jokes. So, obviously in this podcast, we're not really filtered, unlike this pop filter that we have in front of us that blocks any spit that goes into the microphone. But, this is just a fear heads up because, it's what we do in the show. We like to talk smack and talk shit and just talk in general because no one ever listens to us.
This is our outlet.
This is our outcry. We're not loved. At least
Speak
I'm
for
not.
yourself, homie.
Oh, excuse me. You get to go home to a wife. I had to go home to this freaking pillow that looks like a meat stone from... Hey, shut up.
We're going to get you one of those Japanese body pillows.
That's all I ever wanted in life, dude. Fuck, man. I want one with Musubi from Sekirei. So, just to give you a heads up. It's that Pokemon anime where, chicks are the Pokemon. But, yeah. Anyway, let's talk about beer.
Let's go right into it.
Booze. All right, so Eric, when did you go ahead and start off this booze talk? When did you talk about your experience, how you got into booze, and what's your favorite booze? Just get drunk.
All right, I'm just gonna dive into it. Basically, when I actually wasn't a drinker. I actually started drinking maybe when I was 20 years old. somewhere around there. Not even heavily. Like I tried it. You know,
That is true.
most people, they're like, oh, they started drinking like in high school and stuff. That wasn't my thing. You know, I didn't party or anything like that back in high school. But anyways, my buddies took me out to this one party, and I think Beasting was actually among them. And they were like, come on, take this shot, man. And I was so heavily against it.
Was this the shirtless party, or was this...
No. That party, I didn't drink shit. This was a different party. This was, I believe, in the desert. And basically, you guys were like, come on, take a shot.
Is this in this desert, or like we drove 2 hours away desert?
No, not 2 hours. It was this desert.
Okay.
So basically, you and another friend, you were like, come on, take this shot. Take this shot. And I'm like, no, man. And you're like, come on, it's not going to hurt. Just take this shot, whatever, blah, blah. So, I took it. I don't even know what the fuck it was. Maybe it was vodka. I have no idea. But anyways, I took the shot. It didn't really do much. So I was like, okay, whatever. It's whatever, And that was my first taste of alcohol.
Really? And it was here in the desert?
Yeah, it was the party where we were burning shit and scaring people.
Oh my god, yeah, I remember. I think we were in high school still.
Yeah,
well, because you're a year older than us.
Yeah.
So
I was actually younger than what I said. I was probably like 17.
I mean, it's fine
whatever.
because we're adults now. We're over that phase, but yeah. So if you're young and you drink, I highly
don't
recommend,
condone it.
We don't condone it. I highly recommend. It's not even worth it. It's actually worth it to wait because it's really not a big deal.
It's more fun for sure.
Yeah, it's fun when you're older because you don't have to worry about like getting caught and all that. And I know the whole idea of like being young, doing something bad, is fun and exciting, but it's really not worth it. Because I mean, I think part of that is because I wouldn't say I wasn't really a heavy drinker in high school, but the thing is, it happened often because I had friends that liked to party. So of course I had to drink.
It was in that in crowd,
Yeah, I
bitches.
was. Yeah, I wish I did, but I was being a little bitch about it. But that's another story. But anyway, so that's the thing is that it's not really worth it. So now it's like it's come to a point like I can't even drink because stomach problems and my stomach just acts like shit. So it's like it was probably better just to wait and enjoy it where you're at an age where you can really enjoy it. So.
I mean, to be fair, it's not like you were a heavy drinker. That's not the reason you have stomach problems.
I don't know. You never know, dude. I did party hard for a bit.
No, I know,
that's
but
without
I mean,
the heavy drugs because I don't like. I don't do heavy drugs. I don't condone it. Like that's the thing is like that was the only vice or the bad thing I did was booze. That's it.
Yeah, that's probably the worst thing I've done too.
And booze related accessories.
Yeah.
And
that was the way I got introduced. But I mean, those are not obviously. That's like the most boring out of my whole.
But it was
drinking.
funny because that party that we took you because it was like in the crowd, and you and another friend were like super industrial gothic, and it's funny because I don't know why you guys started throwing like mattresses or like you guys threw a bunch of shit in the fire. And
we did.
And I remember like this one chick who was like super hardcore Christian. She was like, Why are your friends burning stuff and buzzing? I'm like, they're just making sure the fire doesn't die out. I have to make this like bullshit excuses. And I was like, they were just talking to me, and I just felt like saying like, shut the fuck up and suck at this dick. But I wasn't like that. Back then I was just like, oh god, just please kiss me, and then you just like, daydream about it, and then like slowly burn in the background and not realize I was in the fire pit. But yeah, it was just in crowd. I don't know if I was in just because I had this stupid humor, or I don't know, maybe I was a handsome man. No one ever knows. I still don't get it. Because for me, I didn't even care for the in crowd. I just cared with hanging with my friends who love video games and just having a good time. Simple shit.
That's all I cared about too. Just having a good time. Just like being me and just being real.
But you got a shot during that. Like, do you know what it was?
I don't know what it was. I think it was vodka, but I'm not sure. I mean, this was years ago. I mean, I can't recall.
Did it even do anything to you? Like, you didn't.
No, I was fine. I wasn't drunk. I mean, I only took like 1 or 2 shots, and that was it. The first time I got drunk, I do know what that.
I think we all do, and
I
know my friend, our friends.
I think our listeners know even.
Yeah. Well, I'm hoping our friends are listening to this, but fuck. Sorry, I'm a little drunk. So no, like I'm pretty sure like this is one of the stories that they cannot still like stop talking about. It happened 10 years ago, and it's one of those things.
Feels like an eternity.
It's like I don't care anymore. Like shut up, it happened, but it's like we can't help it because that's part of our life. It just sucks because. I don't know. That's probably, I don't know. Maybe it's the reason why I won't ever have kids. But
So basically, we went out of town. We went to the Colorado River, and we were, it was kind of like camping in a way. I mean, one of our buddies had a trailer out there, And, we all went out, have some fun, have some drinks.
That was our version of spring break.
Pretty much.
Everybody had like trust fund parents with we're going to Cabo and we're going to drink and bikini girls. Us was just a bunch of dudes that went to this muddy river to just drink. And
no
talk.
Girls, unfortunately.
Yeah. I think I was the prettiest one there, but thank God no one took.
I'll dispute that. Well, anyways, we were drinking, and I remember I was drinking Kahlua. I remember exactly what got me drunk. It was Kahlua.
So
I drank
gross.
so much of that. And anyways, I was sitting down. I remember starting, my skin feeling numb. I remember the first thing. I remember I was pulling my cheek, and I'm like, holy shit, I can't feel it.
I felt bad because I feel like I was one of the reasons why you started drinking. Because
No,
I remember I was
not
like,
at all.
dude, we do it all the time. I'm a party guy. Let's do it. And I feel bad. I don't know. I just feel bad sometimes.
And I believe this was the second night. I believe Sink Beasting got drunk the day before, if my memory serves me
Yeah,
right.
it's like I got drunk before, but this was the first time where it's like it was hardcore chocolate waste. It was bad.
I want to get chocolate wasted.
It's like, no, it was super bad. But yeah, keep going, man.
Yeah,
Sorry.
it was pretty. I just remember, and I was a very quiet guy. I would talk to my friends, but I was very reserved. But as soon as I got my shit turned upside down, I did not give a fuck what I was saying.
Like, do you remember everything?
I remember.
Like,
I remember
just
the whole
remember,
thing.
I remember, everything that was not sober because everything was so bright, colorful, and fun. But then, I also remember, how it looks when you're drunk and it's so dark. Like, someone put, an Instagram filter that's really dark on you and you're just like, whoa,
I remember just talking so much shit to my friends, to
Yeah, you did.
everybody.
You
To
unleashed
one
the
buddy.
beast. Oh, God.
Yeah, it was basically the guy that got picked on, but not really. Just unleashing everything.
You had a lot of hatred in you.
Oh, I did. I had a lot of things pent up, inside. Pent up, I should say. So anyways, I was telling one friend that he had a vagina in his head. I don't even know how is that coherent. I don't even know why I was saying that. I was saying that he had a vagina. The other guy, I was calling a child molester because he was with a younger girl, not even that young. I was just talking a bunch of
Yeah,
smack.
and it didn't even make sense because they were only 3 years apart.
Right.
And
It was
the whole
something
It was the whole
stupid.
idea and it happens with every high schooler apparently.
Yeah.
If you're a senior dating a freshman or sophomore, it's
yeah.
whoa, man, she's just a little girl, and it's dude, trust me, we're at that age you become. If you're a 30-year-old and you're dating a 27-year-old, 3 years difference, trust me, it's
It's
no
nothing.
big deal. But when you're younger, for some reason, that 3-year gap is
It
the
feels
nastiest
huge,
thing.
yeah.
It's whoa, man.
Well, anyways, to this guy, I was just like, "You're a fucking child molester," and I was saying it with such a straight face,
It's so mean.
and he knew I was drunk. He was just agreeing with everything I was saying. He's like, "You're right, man. You're absolutely right." And he was trying to sleep. I'm surprised this fucker didn't get pissed off and try to start something because I was just in his grill, just you're a fucking piece of shit. I was just telling him that as well. You're a piece of fucking shit. Just saying it slowly, uttering next to his ear. And you know what? I apologized to him. I was such a dick. When I was drunk.
Well, I think he knew, but everyone was scared of you that day. I know we were always scared when
Well,
you
because
drank.
I always held back.
Yeah.
I always held back. I've always been a big dude, but I've always been a nice guy at that as well. So people knew they could get away with certain things. But when I'm drunk, I'm not going to let you get away with anything.
That's true. That's true. Even now that you're sober.
Well,
you
even now, so I have more confidence.
Nobody fuck with you.
So yeah, I'm not going to let nobody get away with anything, regardless of what it is. And I just farted. Hopefully you guys caught that.
Did you really?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, shit, I thought that was the wind from the door. I was like, da-da-da-da, but
That's a fart.
oh man, that's nice. Thank you for sharing that with the audience.
I just had to,
I mean, it's only my studio, but
Yeah, I mean,
but
it's only the Can and Cap, studios, but whatever.
Yeah, it did say
Fumigate
that,
it.
It did say in the horoscope newspaper that you were gonna unleash the
Pass wind.
beast, and you did. So the wind spirit would guide you to release.
And I actually remember what you did on that night, but I can't do it justice. We got to hear it from you.
What, that's it? You're not gonna talk about the fisherman that you gave shit to and you went.
I will.
Okay.
I mean, I got so many, but I want to hear your experience when
Okay.
you got drunk there.
Okay, so I've drank before. My first time, well, I'll say my first time drinking, I think it was with a bunch of the whole drama crowd thing, and I think it was
some
a freshman
bitches,
or
hopefully.
sophomore. They were cute. I just never implemented that because I was such an innocent dumbass. So
Such a waste.
I was just an ignorant youngster, and I still feel like I'm still ignorant to this day. But basically, I forgot what it was. It started off with wine coolers. It was like, okay, so it's like, oh, it has alcohol, but it's not heavy. And I'm like, cool. But I was like nervous because like, well, I'm in high school and enjoy myself, but at the same time, I was like, I want to be smart about it. So I drank those, and then I would assume I was drunk, but I guess I was just really tired. But I'm like, whoa, everything feels weird, and I thought I was drunk, but it's not. And I mainly went because there's this one chick I liked at the time, but I can't remember who. I'm pretty sure it's someone with tits. But
I would sincerely hope so.
Yeah, well, no, I'm just saying, like, I think I was still in the boob phase and never, like, you know, obviously it was just a pubescent teenager still going through stuff, and I was still fat because I think this was before I did weightlifting. So I had that middle school fat. So anyway, yeah, I remember this was the first time drinking. It was no big deal. Nothing happened. It was kind of like whatever. It's just funny seeing a friend who always, like, he's now like I think he's in the military or whatever. He's got a life now, but back then he was a super hardcore, like, man, we're gonna drink hard, and he was the only one that drank really hard, and he's the one that ended up like crashing super hard on the floor, and he was just like, ugh, and it was just,
oh dang.
But it was just funny because he encouraged everyone to drink, and everyone's like didn't really drink that much. We were all the same pace.
There's always that one
There's
person
always that one guy that goes,
that's like, come on, let's amp it up.
yeah,
Like, you know,
and
let's
he's
do
the
it.
one that fucks himself over. But that's the funny part. So yeah, that was the first time I drank. Before I met you guys, I was hanging with these guys who, of course, were in acting, but they were definitely in the in crowd. And they were partying, and I don't remember if I drank with them, and if I did, it was pretty chill. Like, it wasn't too bad. I think I would get buzzed because I felt good, you know, go dance and whatever. Talk to the girls.
Right.
Because it was easy for me to talk to them because I was non-threatening. And, of course, there was always, like, the best part was seeing that girl I really, really loved in high school. But, so, you know, there was that going on, and, you know, but I think when we went to the river, that's the first time where it's like, it hit me so hard. I was like, dude, I'm pretty sure I was so close to just blacking out in general.
Really?
So, like, I remember I tried Kahlua. There's something about milk and liquor that's gross to me. At the time it was. I was like, this is delicious. But goddamn, it was, now that I think about it, it's like, it's disgusting, at least for me now. It's nasty. I can't stand it. And then
it's not an everyday drink.
We
for
drank,
sure.
but I can't remember the beer we drank. I'm pretty sure it was like a lot of, I think it was more liquor related with you guys.
Yeah, back
no one
then
really
it was
seemed
a
like-
lot of
yeah,
liquor.
'cause I
It
don't
wasn't really beer.
Because I think me and maybe somebody else were the only person in
Drinking
the
beer?
group, or the only people in the group that actually drank beer, because I know you guys don't like it, but eventually it became an acquired taste in the
It
future.
did.
Way in the future. But I'm saying, like, yeah, I know it was all liquor. And I just remember getting so drunk. I know everybody was doing weird shit. You know,
We all were.
I know you were unleashing the beast. And for me, I was trying to be so hard to be self-aware. Like, I was going to be like the guy who's smart enough, you know, to know that he's done,
You're like-
too much. But the whole time I kept saying, like, guys, I'm okay. I'm self-aware that I'm drunk. And I kept saying it like an idiot. But in my mind, I was like, I said like a badass. So in my mind, I was like, oh, shit. Sorry. I almost dropped my phone.
Dropped his nutsack.
Because they're so big. So anyway, no, like I remember being like so wasted that like in my mind I'm like, I thought I said it once, like, hey, no worries guys, I'm self-aware that I'm drunk and everything's okay. But I know in real life it was just like, guys, I'm self-aware. It's fine, guys. Hey, I had 10 shots, but I'm self-aware that I'm drunk. Hey, did you know I'm self-aware that I'm drunk? So there was a lot of that. I remember going outside trying to take a piss.
My favorite part.
I unzipped my zipper, and I'm to the side of the trailer, and then the whole time, I just remember, like, things were so, like, out of depth. And I thought I was being stupid, but no, it was, like, really hard, like, to take a piss. Like I just heard, like, I just remember, unzipping, pulling out, and then all of a sudden I was trying to, because I need to aim, obviously, and I'm trying to, and I remember just grabbing, like, the air, and I was like, where's my dick? Where's my dick? Where's my dick? And then, like, later it's like, oh. And I guess I just remember my hand-eye coordination was, like, really scary, like, really out of sync, and I remember just grabbing my dick, like, oh my god, I'm so glad I can pee. Hallelujah, you know? It was scary. So, there was that, and then, I'm trying to remember. I just know one of our friends had my camera, and I guess they never let it go. They pointed the camera at me because I thought they were taking a picture, and I was like, "Hey guys, I'm drunk," and put my thumbs up like an idiot.
Dang.
Yeah, but that's all I can remember. I just remember, maybe there's more. I really don't care
for sure,
that, because I just know it was really bad. And I remember sleeping in the back of someone's car, and it sucked because, like, I'm pretty sure I had a cold for like 3 days, and my foot was sticking out of the car. It was uncomfy because there's really no good place to sleep. And I remember I called, and I remember well, of course you did. You fucking knocked out like a...
Oh no, I slept in the bed.
Did you really? Oh shit, I didn't. I slept in the car, slept in like the big old excursion truck or whatever, and I remember calling this chick that I really, really liked.
Which is never a good idea when you're drunk.
So,
but...
you know, I mean, she was cool with it because she knows, like, oof around. And I don't think I told her, like, see, even when I was drunk, I was being a pussy about it. Like, I didn't tell her my feelings. I was just like, God. I just want to say, it's so good to be your friend.
Oh, wow. Okay.
I know, it's some pussy-ass shit, but it's just like, it was fun because we drank, but it wasn't fun because it was kind of hot. There wasn't really any air conditioning. We watched Robot Chicken for the first time.
Oh, God. It wasn't for the first time, but it was just like, don't get me started on that.
And I love Robot Chicken, but for you, I know you're not a fan.
No, I like it, but to a certain point.
Yeah,
like,
and we watched, like, the whole season.
Oh, Jesus.
It's when it first came out. Then we saw, like, the Wedding Crashers. And then something else. And
yeah, we were just looking for shit to do.
Because it was so hot during the day, we couldn't drink till nighttime, and then we had to avoid the patrolman or whoever it was.
Whoever the hell it was. But going back to what you're saying about drunk dialing, I'm gonna fast forward this. This is still in my...
That's fine. It's still drunk.
This is in my single years.
Okay.
I called this chick up that I was, vibing with, and I wasn't like...
Did you say vibing with?
Yeah, vibing. We're vibe.
Actually, that's a good term. Yeah, I should start using that.
So anyways, I'm drunk as shit. Like, I mean, no return point drunk. So I'm talking to this girl, and, one thing led to the other, and, I'm sending dick pics. That's what I do. That's what I do when I get drunk.
How far forward are we talking about?
This is years ago, man. This is, I want to say 2010.
Oh, shit. I got to hear this one.
Yeah, 2010. Like, this is during my years where I was, like, in good shape, like, working out, all that good stuff. I'm talking to the girl. For the sake of the story, let's call her Nancy. I'm just like, hey, Nancy, what's going on? No, that's not her name. She actually has a unique name, but I'm not going to say it.
So Nancy, okay.
Anyways,
Nancy.
I'm like, what's up? Like, blah, blah, blah. One thing leads to another. I send some dick pics. She sends me some pics of herself.
Of her dick?
Not her dick. But, I mean, and this girl was a smoke show. She was just hot as shit.
Oh, really?
Just like, I'm like, and that's what I do when I get drunk. But I was so drunk, I sent one of my dick pics to this other girl that had no interest in. Just some friend from, and it kind of ruined the friendship right there. She got the wrong impression. And I sent them to both accidentally. And, and it was just like it wasn't even my dick normal. It was just like a rock hard.
It was a soft 10.
Yeah, it was ready. It was ready to, like, conquer a new land. God. But that's what I do. Like, when I'm drunk, like, I do not give a shit. I'm 110% confident that I'm just gonna, like, just do whatever the hell I'm gonna do.
So wait, with the chick that you sent the dick pic, did it work out in the end? Not the one that you lost, but did you guys? The
only reason it didn't work out because she wasn't living here. She was somewhere else. So it was a distance. That's why we're sending, like, pics to each other. Well, but she ended up moving over here, but by that time it was already too late.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyways, man.
And you never thought to hook a brother up? Me?
She hooked herself up with, she's married now, I believe.
Oh, fuck that shit. I ain't messing with that.
Yeah.
No, siree.
Yeah, so that's one of them. Like, when I get drunk, like, I get super confident. I actually, like, it's alcohol, man. Like, it just gives you that extra pep in your step that you just can't explain.
Well, it definitely shows because that's what you did in 2010, and going back to the river story, I forgot my favorite thing what you did when you were drunk, and I remember we recorded it off of our shitty cell phones. Obviously, it's been a big change. You are a confident man now, Cap. And it's just funny because I remember this one thing where we recorded you, and I forgot what you were talking about. I think it was talking about... I don't know if it was about food or pussy, but it was funny because...
No, it was titties.
Oh, it was titties. Okay, I don't know whose titties you're talking about or something, but you're like, oh, I'm going to do this, and you're like...
go
and it was
for
just like, I just remember because, like, the face you made looked like Venom from Spider-Man. and you're just like, nom, 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 nom. That's the funniest thing ever. And I remember I had it on my cell phone for the longest time. And then, like, I never carried it over because it was a shitty phone. And, yeah, but it was just so funny because you were just like, and I was thinking back, like, who does that to titties? You know, who goes, nom.
The old Eric does, apparently.
It's just funny because it reminds me when I was younger, I went to Big Bear. And this is titty related, okay? So we went to Big Bear, and it was weird. So this bear cub who doesn't look like a bear cub, he's like, you gotta think of it as like a teenage bear.
Okay.
So he goes up to the mama bear, and the mama bear, you can tell it's a mama bear. She's just sitting down like a lazy bum, and she had like the tits hanging out. So I was wondering like if it was one of those animals that like have their babies for so long that like instead of like letting the bear mature, it just depends on breast milk still. So anyway, the big baby bear comes up to the mama's bear and starts like sucking on the titty, and it was so awkward. And I remember this, I was a kid and it was so awkward, but I never forget the noise he made. So he puts his mouth on the titty and he goes,
oh god.
It was the worst thing. I don't know.
That does sound like it could scar.
It just, yeah, well, it definitely scarred me because I can't ever like stop hearing that sound. Like, but it was just funny because then you come up with that. Like, oh my god! Like, it's just like, dude, I don't do that to titties, man. I'm gentle. I know you were drunk, and this was before you started being a big, healthy, confident man.
A bigger, more improved version of myself.
Yeah, but it's just made me laugh that, like, oh my god, that's, yeah.
And there's so many, man. Like, I've been to so many parties. I've been to college parties. So I've been to a lot of shit. And just, like...
And you never went to college, huh?
I didn't.
That's cool. See, I went to college.
I even stayed in a dorm for a while because one of my buddies was in college and he let me stay there. So I got the college experience for a little bit without the college studying.
Wow. What about, let's see, I'm trying to think of another drunken story with you. The only one I can come up with is when you used to live at your trailer house.
And that's actually trailer or the apartment?
No, it was the trailer. I was like, oh, the apartment has plenty of those. Oh god, you can bring those up if you want, but I don't love those days. Those were the days where we got closer. Cap and I got closer because like we watched Dragon Ball Z together, and he taught me more about that. You had an amazing job at the time that paid for the apartment and paid for our strip club experience.
That's true.
And then also too, like, you managed to buy your own booze, but it came to a point where we tried to hide it, and
not even. I never hid it.
well, no, they tried to hide it, but that's
the thing,
like,
that's what it was.
Yeah, but I mean, come on, no one's gonna hide something from you.
Yeah.
That's some scary shit. You're a scary man, but
those were some dark times.
I was just remembering, like, it was so weird, and I'm pretty sure it was New Year's Eve, and
oh, yes. I think I know what you're talking about.
Like, specifically, like, I know everybody was wasted. I went to go see a chick that I really liked at the time back. And it was just weird because, like, I could have sworn you were in your shorts or whatever. And it was some, like I want to say it was some American Psycho shit. So you walk outside and you have, like, a butcher knife. Or not butcher knife, but like
Some kitchen knife.
Kitchen knife, yeah. And I just remember, like, you're coming out with the knife, and like, me and another friend just look at you like, oh my god, we're gonna die. And you just come outside, and all of a sudden you drop the knife, and you do, like, you're not crying, but you do this fake sobbing, like, what is wrong with me? It was the weirdest shit ever, and I was just, like, looking at him, and I was like, dude, I think we almost got stabbed. And then I guess, like, you went looking for me when I drove away, apparently?
I did. I remember.
And I just, like, didn't you scare a lady or something like that?
No, it was some dude walking in front of me. I was walking, trying to find you, and this guy was, a good...
And my house is a good, like, mile or two away, huh?
Yeah, it's a good distance. So anyway, this guy kept turning back, and he's like, are you following me? I'm like, no, I'm not following you.
And I just want to let you guys know that when Eric walks when he's drunk, it was kind of like this Hulk walk mixed with, oh man, I don't know. Like it was just a scary Bigfoot walk. He would just come in like, like it was really intimidating.
And but yeah, going back to that, so and I'm not even sure if it's the same night because this was New Year's. I remember I was interested in this girl back then, which happened to be the sister of a buddy of ours. Anyways, I don't know how. I let her know. I think I called her up and left a message prior to that, basically telling her how I felt. She took a little bit of her time to talk to me before it was New Year's, before the New Year arrived.
Right, it was a different New Year's then?
What, I don't even know if it was the same one. I think it was the same one.
I could have sworn it was a different one. Because for some reason, New Year's was always at your pad, the following year.
Right? Weird.
It was weird.
So anyways, I'm talking to her, and I was drunk as shit. But I was trying to sound so proper, so into the conversation. Anyway, doing it. And the funny thing is, nothing came up about what I left her in her voicemail. Nothing came up about her feelings, like, I like you or anything like that. We were just talking. A buddy calls me on the other line. And I'm like, can you hold on a second? Just hold on for 1 second. And then I flipped the fucking script on my buddy. And I'm like, what the fuck do you want? What? I'm busy. Hang up on him. And I'm like, I'm sorry, what were you saying? Like, I just literally,
oh my God,
turned a whole 360.
You two-faced so hard that day. It was so proper, like, hello, I want to come to your establishment and do a fine review. And then you're like, what the hell do you want? Shut up, I'm busy. And then you just like, yes, what were we talking about? Yeah, well, of course we have the exclusive. Like, it was so weird. Like, I've never seen you flip that crazy fast and go back to like normal mode. It was weird. It was like, oh my God.
It was weird. And the funny thing is, it's like I was going nowhere with that conversation. Like, now that I think about it, like nothing was addressed at all. Like, okay, so you have feelings for me, so yeah, no, that ain't gonna happen or anything like that. Nothing was addressed. It just kind of like, we just left it at that, and that's it. Nothing came of it.
Yeah, it was
God, I'm a retard. I should have been more assertive. Like, what the fuck?
Well, no, it's fine. I mean, at least you learned to be assertive. I still need to do that, but it's just hard because I'm at age where it's like, it's tougher to like talk to women now because the interests are so different. Priorities for whether you're a man or a woman doesn't matter. I think priority is obviously going to be different when you age.
Right.
And then then it's like there's not much for me to do as an adult except for like go out and drink and eat, but it's like I can eat but I can't drink, so it's like I'm stuck in this loop.
You can have maybe like one or two, right?
I don't know. Like, I had one... like, when I went to the Christmas thing for our work, I had one beer and my stomach was hurting like crazy.
Really?
And it was weird because it didn't happen until I got home, so I was lucky. I don't know if my mind was, like, not thinking about it, but as soon as I got
preoccupied.
Home, my stomach started, like, blah, 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 blah. I was like, oh, God. The only time I think recently, I remember I did have an orange shock top with my cousin. And I noticed it didn't really hurt. I don't know if it's because I was working out at the time or if it was just the beer in general. Because Shock Top is, I could swear it's vitamin C in beer. It's orange, so and it isn't like pure heavy like.
Right, it's not like a Newcastle.
Yeah, so it was just like wheat. So if anything, if I were to ever drink again, but I need to do it on a weekend or when I have the time off or I'm back to working out,
right,
I'm gonna try Shock Top again and just see if Shock Top is the only one that I can tolerate.
Yeah, that sounds like a good idea.
And of course it helps when you have pizza. You gotta have.
Oh yeah, you gotta have your carbs help out big time when you're drinking.
Another drunk story that I can think of right now is the actual desert party, where.
Oh, I have so many.
Yeah, I know, but I know everyone keeps thinking like, why do they party in the desert so much? Because you can get away with a lot of things, but
you can.
This was in the actual desert. I'm talking about you can go out there and shoot a gun in the desert type of desert. So there was a big party out there, and it was crazy because it was for a coworker of ours, and this is when I used to work with kids. And so we had a coworker that was she was in a family that was super religious, and then as she started growing up and living her own, she started to discover parties and she started living her life. So she had I guess she was such a charismatic person that people actually made her birthday party this big, amazing party in the desert where there was generators, DJs, a bunch of booze everywhere, and a bunch of cars, and it was crazy. So it looked like a movie set for a while.
It felt like it.
I remember I liked her friend. I thought she had a cute friend. And so anyway, we go to the desert, and it was one of those where I remember getting so wasted, and then I had another coworker that I wasn't working with at the time, but he was for the company still, and I forgot he was like, hey guys, I got some beers if you want some. And I was like, cool. And I remember I pretty much drank all his beers without realizing it, so I felt bad because he's a family friend of mine. And then, and you remember this, you always give me crap about this, where I'm drinking so hard, and then, the girl I like is there, and she's got this other dude that's from out of town, and I guess, everyone loves him, he's such a cool guy. And, so, I remember, I got mad because Or yeah, I got very upset because the guy has this Pokemon backpack or like this like gym bag.
Pokemon like backpack.
Yeah. So he's got this that type of backpack. And I guess it's a very popular backpack now, with the one with the strings. I guess it's a workout bag or whatever. So the guy like takes her and they start dancing. And I guess like I don't know, they're just friends or whatever. But still, it's like that's what I wanted to dance with. Like that's who I wanted. So I remember getting mad because this like everyone's all dressed gangster. I dressed all pimpalicious, and this guy's just coming in with like super short shorts and his regular baggy shirt with his Pokemon bag. And like stupid haircut, and he takes her away from me, and I was like, "How dare you!" And I remember getting so mad that I got a rock, and I threw the fucking rock super far, only to find out that you told me I didn't even do it that far. Like I threw the rock and it fell on my foot apparently. But yeah. So
wow.
In my mind, when you're drunk, you think you're this incredible superhuman, but really, that rock actually fell on my foot and didn't even move. It was a little bitch throw apparently when I'm drunk.
Yeah, I remember that.
So I tried to treat it like a javelin or something, or like the shock put ball, and I'm like, yeah, and finding out it's And I just remember my favorite quote was like, Pokemon motherfucker, taking, but that was pretty much, that's one of the things I remember.
Yeah, that was a pretty funny night. I remember you were all intense. You're like, look at that shit, go! And it's like, dude, it's right next to your fucking foot.
Like, shut up, Eric, you don't know me. And then I think we went to Del Taco after that, and I told friend that, like, you know what, I always had a crush on your sister, and I forgot what he said. He said some weird things, and then...
Oh, I remember exactly what he said. Let me reiterate. He's like, yeah, but you masturbated to her, didn't you?
Oh God! I was like, what? I said I liked your sister. No, what? And I just remember being super drunk, and then he gave us a ride home, and I guess he was so bored. I remember being so drunk that he called a sex hotline, and I talked to it on the phone, and I did this girl voice, and I'm like, hi, how's it going, big boy? Are you looking for a good time? And it was a really good girl voice because I was doing the whole like thing. And all
right,
that.
right.
Yeah, that was the only time I remember, and that was it. Like, I don't even know if you got drunk. I don't think you really got drunk at all.
No, if anything, I got buzzed, but I didn't get like to that point where I was like drunk. Although I am gonna mention this one story that I got. Like, this is probably the only time I ever blacked out and like still like doing stuff supposedly, and I don't remember like bits and pieces.
Oh.
So I was drinking all day. I was about to hang. I met up a friend that worked in a resort, and he just kept hooking me up. So literally from like 2 o'clock in the daytime all the way to midnight, not stop drinking.
God dang, man!
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't get alcohol. Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised I didn't get alcohol poisoning. And it wasn't just beers. It was like it was beers, mixed drinks, shots. It was a variation of every type of alcohol. And I was just like, holy shit. Anyways, we get to this establishment, and we go to the downstairs bar, and we take our second liquid cocaine shot. It's a very strong shot. It has a 151, Goldschlager, Jägermeister. It's nothing but these liquors into one.
Some Goldschlager and some Jägermeister.
And so anyways, we're taking our second one. And what we notice is when we take that shot more than once, it's always a bad night. Some bad happens. Anyways, I take the second shot, and remember, drinking all day. I make eye contact with my buddy, and then the next thing I know, everything goes black. Everything goes black. I come to, and I'm being dragged out by 3 cops out of this establishment. Dude. And I'm like, what the hell's going on? Like in my head, And my buddy is being dragged out by one, but he looks like he's passed out in the cop's arms. So anyways, I can hear his girlfriend in the background. Come on, let them go, blah, 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 something. And then my friend wakes up and he's like, oh, shit, I got to get my debit card. Like, we have no idea what the hell's going on. Even to this day.
Out of all things, that's what he needs is
his debit card. He's like, I left my debit card. I'm so drunk too. I'm like, yeah, he needs his debit card. And the cop's like, you shut the fuck up. Like, he said that to me, and I remember it hurt my feelings. I'm like, jerk. Like, I was like, okay. And so anyways, we're all drunk, including my buddy's girlfriend. And apparently she didn't look that drunk because they let us go, and they had her drive us. So they take us to our car, or to her car, and they throw us in there, and then the cops tell her, get them the fuck out of here.
Wow. And
to this day, we don't even know what we did. We're assuming that we were fighting each other. We have no idea because we were the only ones being dragged out. This is the next things that happened, though. Me and him were in the back seats. and he tries to kick my ass in the back seat. He's throwing punches at me. I'm like, dude, what the fuck, man? And then out of nowhere, he just calms his shit down and passes out. So
Okay.
yeah, so he comes down. Somehow I end up in the front seat without even stopping. Like, I guess I must have just crawled up there. And she's drunk as shit too. And she's like, oh, I can't drive anymore, blah, blah. So she puts it in park, turns off the car, and passes out. I kind of, like, I'm not all there yet, so I kind of wake up myself, and I'm like, where the fuck are we?
Oh my God.
And everything's pitch black. I don't even know where the hell we are. I thought we were off the road or something like that, somewhere in the desert. So I literally slap her to wake up.
Oh my God.
I slapped her.
Does he know this?
He knows this.
Oh,
We were
Jesus.
talking about this.
But it was
probably
just a
some months
pleasant
back.
slap to wake up. Right?
It was a little hard. You know, it was like,
Okay, well, yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
because I'm just saying,
Like, hey.
like, you have a brute force. Like, if I hit her hard, it's like okay, but I'm just saying you're like a strong dude. I don't know how much you could have killed her by breaking her neck.
no, I didn't hit her to hurt her. I just hit her to wake her up. So, anyways, I slapped her.
So it wasn't like tap 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 tap.
It was like pop,
oh, okay.
like a little pop. So, anyways, I slap her. I'm like, come on, wake up. And she's like, what? Okay, so she turns on the car, turns on the lights, and we're in the middle of the fucking road.
Oh,
like the car
no
parked
way.
in the middle of the road.
No,
I give her credit though, because I had no idea where the fuck we were, and she got us home.
Holy shit.
She got us home. We dropped off our buddy first, and he's all vomited all over himself because he vomited. We all vomited. He vomited. I vomited. She vomited.
God.
We were all that bad. So, anyways, we dropped
That's what it
him
looked
off.
like from a bad scene from a zombie movie. With
Yeah, we
vomit.
were all fucked up. So she drops him off, then she drops me off, and I was like, man, like we still to this day don't happen. We don't know.
That's cool. Well, I wouldn't say that's cool. I mean, you guys got lucky, but that is
Yeah,
pretty
'cause-
strange when you black out and you can't remember shit.
No, that's the only time I blacked out. There was times where I passed out. Like, I passed out in this other bar, and this is the funnier story because I was drinking heavily. I drank a whole bottle of Jaeger before the club,
Oh,
literally
God.
in one gulp. And I was drinking more there. I was dancing with a couple of different girls, blah, blah. And apparently, I did not want to leave. My friend was like, dude, we got to go. We got to go. I'm like, no, man, I'm having a good time. Let me be.
This is my new home now.
This is
You're
me.
gonna take me away.
Right. And I
feel
pass
like
out.
dancing.
I pass out, like literally pass out. I wake up. I'm on top of the bar counter, sleeping. And I can't walk for shit. Like, I can't walk. I'm that gone. So the security, or wherever the fuck they were, police, they wheelchair me out the place because I can't.
That's cool. You got the VIP exit treatment.
And my buddy picks me up and he's like, "Oh my god," because I'm being wheelchaired out. I probably look like I look like one of those people that can't move. Like, you know, because I could barely get my phone. They're like, "Call a friend." I'm all tumbling around. I'm like, ugh. Like, you know, my drool coming out of my mouth. I was like semi-retarded. I was like, you know, half of my brain was dead because of the alcohol or something.
Yeah, you got poo brain. You just poo brain.
I was just done. That's probably one of my funniest stories, just being wheelchaired out. I was like this. I was just like, I wish the listeners can see, but I'm just like, eh.
Oh my god, you look like those girls from the internet that do like the weird like scrunchy faces.
Right.
But just like, oh man.
I was just done. Man, like, it's so hard to pick stories because there's just so many.
Well, there's one story that I have that wasn't drunk related, but it was pretending to be like drinking, and it was Halloween time. Do you remember when you dressed up as Ryu?
I remember that exactly.
Okay, so Cap was dressed like Ryu on Halloween. I can't remember what I dressed up as. I just know like I don't think I even had a costume on.
No,
at the
I
time,
think
but-
you were just normal.
Yeah, I think I was just normal for the day, but I remember I had a Sprite can, and I think I had like a cool bandana at the time or something. But I had a Sprite can, and you know, obviously with the Sprite design, you see the green, the blue, and the silver. But at nighttime, you mostly just see as blue and silver. So that could be easily
A beer can.
yeah, it could be easily a beer can with its like natural ice, Coors Light, you know, color, or even Miller Lite. So we're out like, you know, trick or treating in my neighborhood. And I just remember that one fat kid down the block who had like the nastiest, fattest thighs, and he wears shorts.
He wasn't even a kid. This guy was,
It was like, oh no, it's just like, yeah, grown ass man. It's
Yeah.
just like, but I guess he was a kid. I thought he was a kid because he like, you can tell he's one of those that shaved really hard, but you can tell it's like it came out not right. And you had your costume on, and I remember that guy giving you crap. He's like, dude, you gotta stop, man. You're too old, or whatever. He's just like, dude, you
Right.
can't do this anymore. And then I remember, like, I was so mad at that guy, I just pretended to be drunk, and I was like, Hey, asshole. You ever see that movie, Jack? Well, that's what my son has, alright? Fuck you. And then I just remember, like, getting the Sprite can,
and throwing
it on the ground, like, fuck you. And we just walk away, like, no, come on, son. And, yeah, it's just funny, because, like, this fat son of a bitch is going to tell my friend how to, you know,
Yeah,
I don't care if he's 20 and still going trick-or-treating. You don't tell him that. Fuck you.
Seriously, I can
He's
do whatever
mad
the hell I
'cause he
want.
probably mad because he can't even walk, and every time he steps on the earth, a fucking earthquake happens. Fat piece of shit. But yeah, fuck him, dude. I don't care how old you guys are. You're never too old to trick or treat.
I know, you're only as old as you feel.
Yeah, you don't have to have kids trick or treat. Just go trick or treat. Like, fuck it, man. That's bullshit. Fuck him. Yeah, fuck him.
I think we got that.
Yeah. Okay, I just want to make sure. Trying to think of another drunk story because there is so much. I mean, I think you have better drunk stories. I mean, you've been
I have a lot.
and all that stuff. For me, it's been
Oh,
stupid shit.
I didn't even mention that one.
What?
The time that I went to the drunk tank.
Did you?
Yeah, I've been to the drunk tank
For
once.
What?
So this is basically what happened. I was out with some friends. We went out to Buffalo Wild Wings to watch the UFC fights because we love to watch MMA.
Yeah.
And we were watching, I forget exactly which one it was, but I remember the main event. It was Shogun versus Dan Henderson. It was the first time they fought. Anyways, we're in Buffalo Wild Wings. My buddy got super drunk. He was bothering other people, you know. So management was
I know who that is.
yeah. So management was like, please, you got to calm your friend down. I'm like, okay, fine. So we try to calm him down. Then he's trying to hit up on these chicks, which I don't blame him because, you know, that's what we were about back then. So anyways, we're trying to hit up on these chicks. He knocks down one of their beers and breaks the glass because he's just that drunk.
Oh,
so anyways, they kick him out. They're like, you got to go. You got to go. So they kick out my buddy. Our other buddies are still there. They're watching the fight. And then they keep warning us. They're like, guys, your friend is trying to sneak in. Like, he's still trying to sneak in here. He's dressed as the Unabomber right now, trying to sneak in. He had a hoodie on. He zipped it all the way up. He put some sunglasses, trying to, like, sneak through. And I'm like, so I go out there. I'm like, man, please, for me, just stay out here. Go to the mall. Do something. Just don't try to come in. And he's like, okay, for you.
Because you're a big fan of Shogun. So
I am.
Want to see this fight.
So anyways, I tell him that. He agrees. Apparently, 5 minutes later, our waitress comes back, and she's like, yeah, your friend, he's getting arrested. And we're like, what the fuck? So I go out, and I go out to try to tell the officers not to take him away. We got sober people that can take us home. And the cop was like, you're drunk. And I'm like, no, not really. No, you're drunk too. We're taking you away. So before they try to sit me down, my friend is already handcuffed on the ground. And this is what he's saying. Eric, don't let them arrest you. We can take them. He's already handcuffed and on the ground. I'm like,
that's so stupid. Like, oh god.
So I'm like, yeah, that didn't help.
Did he at least get tased?
No, thank God. So anyways, we're both handcuffed. They put us behind the cop car. By the way, if you guys have ever been inside a police car, it's not comfortable for shit. There's no padding. It's basically all metal in the back.
Oh, wow.
It's hard as shit. So they put us in there. The server or somebody else comes out, and they're like, you don't have to take them away. There is people that can drive them home. And this is what I hear the cops say. Well, we already got them in the back of the car.
Wow.
They did not want to let us go. They're already handcuffed.
They
can't
just do that.
Yeah. So he's like, I already got them in there. So I'm like, great. So they drive us to the county jail. And they're telling us, listen, this isn't going to go on your record. It's just, a little drunk tank, whatever, blah, blah.
Oh,
they still
nice.
take your picture.
Yeah.
And by the way, no one looks great on their mugshot. I saw my mugshot in the screen. I look like a fucking rapist because I was so drunk. Like, I just had this look like this. I was like this. Like, I don't know. I just looked disgusting.
So basically, Cap just described him being like, kind of like the Mona Lisa, but very squinty. Yeah, that's what he just did right now.
Pretty much. And they take our fingerprints and all that. But before then, my same friend, trying to get off the hook, fakes an asthma attack. He fakes an asthma attack, before they put us in the drunk tank. So they take him to the hospital. I'm like, this fucking retard. So anyways, they bring him back, and I'm like, hey, welcome back. And he's like, man, the fuck? I'm like, where'd you go? And he's like, I did an asthma attack, man. I thought it would get me off the hook. They charged him for that, like a good $500.
Oh my god.
So anyways, we're in the drunk tank, and it's not just me and him. There's other people in there. There's a guy that looks like Charles Manson, which I kept making fun of. There's another dude just in his underwear, which I also made fun of because I established my dominance as soon as I got in there. It's something I like to do.
Were you like in the movie, the one where he's like, I'm nobody's bitch. Oh, you're my bitches.
Pretty much without wording it, though.
Oh, okay.
So pretty much I kept making fun of both those guys, especially the Charles Manson guy. He's like, come on, man, that's not cool. Some hippie-looking motherfucker. I just kept calling him Charles Manson. And the other guy in his underwear, I kept saying, man, because he said he had no idea how he got there. So I'm like, you're probably in jail, and they just, like, you were wearing a jumpsuit, and they just threw you in here while they're waiting to transfer you.
Wow.
Turns out I was right.
Really?
They call him out, they give him his possessions, and they make him put on his jumpsuit. He turns around to me, and he starts laughing. It's like, holy shit, he was right.
Motherfucker's going to prison?
Yeah, he didn't,
Oh, shit.
he didn't know where he was coming from. He was all out of it.
Wow.
So anyways, if you've never been in the drunk tank, it's just a cement room with a toilet. That's all it is. And I had to take a shit. I had to. I couldn't hold it. So my friend's there. I'm there. Everyone left. They took Charles Manson. They took the other guy. And I'm just there taking a dump with my friend on the side. And
Did they ever clean the seats, I wonder?
Who knows? But there was toilet paper, so I put toilet paper around. So anyways, they're dropping off another drunk fool. And trying to establish my dominance while taking a dump. I'm like, sup? And you
with
can
the
hear
legs
you can hear
open. And
yeah, with my legs open, you can hear the turd falling on the water.
Sup, bitches? Bloop.
pretty much. Like no.
God damn it, dude.
Yeah, so it was funny as shit. That's probably one of my more funnier stories. But
that should have been our cover photo for Cancer Capricorn Podcast. Just you sitting on the toilet with sup, bitches? Bloop, bloop, bloop.
Hey, it's never too late. It could be.
There you go. Coming soon, guys. Coming soon.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna wrap it up on this one. I can go on. I really can. Like
you really could.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't have anything good about being drunk. I suck. I think I just get drunk.
I think that's a good thing.
I think I just get I got drunk, but I didn't do anything wild except like drunked out a lot.
Yeah, but I mean that's a good thing, man. Like you don't have a lot of like crazy, like because
no, there is some crazy story, but it's not crazy like you. I mean, I never got arrested. I mean, mostly it's just stupid shit.
It's not fun. Trust me.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, it's just that. Yeah, maybe I should start drinking again so I can start making memories. So, if you guys want me to go drink with you sometime so we can have some stupid stories, feel free to leave some comments below and share this video or audio, whatever we put out, because we like to put out a lot. So anyway, yeah. Anything you want to say to the audience?
No, just thank you for the support. I know sometimes we can get a little weird, but you know what? This is a journey, and I appreciate it. We appreciate it, I should say.
And like we said, we don't condone drinking, especially if you're underage.
Yeah, definitely don't.
We highly recommend that you're careful, and especially if you're over 21, be smart about it. Don't get arrested.
Yeah, don't drive. Don't if you're drunk, if you're even drinking at all, don't drive. It's never a good idea.
We're bad people, but we're not stupid.
Right.
So that's how it works out here. All right. Peace out.
We're out.
Motherfuckers.